So today I'm going to talk briefly about my thoughts about tripleS and kind of the future of the group and if they're going to be successful in my personal opinion. I'm someone who has simultaneously watched Luna been built up and it crumble with a similar concept, and I think I'm going to try to put to rest some of the misconceptions when people talk about Luna and tripleS and comparing them. Now, tripleS is a group that is eventually going to have 24 members, and they're going to be revealed periodically with like subunits and stuff like that. We already got Acid Angel from Asia, which was the first subunit that debuted with 3 members, and we got Generation from that. Great song. A lot of people really love that, and recently we got a first EP from them with Rising, which was also a very good song. I think the EP itself was a bit lackluster in my opinion. I do like Beam. It finds this kind of pretty marriage between like R&B and like dream/house pop. But for the most part, the rest of the EP to me personally is very forgettable, and I do like the title track and the fact that it does have an intro to that title track and outro. It's something that makes the EP feel a little longer, but I do think it is a bit filler. But I really want to talk about the CEO of Mod House, which is the team behind tripleS, who is Jaden Young. Hopefully I said his last name correctly. I'm American. I'm bad at pronouncing things. Jaden was behind the creative direction of Luna and left the company back in 2019. Now, there's been a pretty heavy internal debate between Luna fans of like, was Jaden responsible for the downfall of Luna and stuff? And obviously the answer to that to me personally is no. I honestly don't think he could possibly be the responsibility for what happened to Luna because he left back in August of 2019, and during that time, Luna wasn't even close to the shithole that they are in now. Now, back in August of 2019, Jaden essentially left because Blockberry Creative wanted to scale back the importance of the lore moving forward, which was a big part of the group. Because of this, both the ballad album they were working on and their Japanese debut would be scrapped, and a lot of fans, for some reason, would pin all the blame on Jaden for this. Now, obviously, since then, we have seen what has happened to Luna and the absolute terrible state the group is in right now. There is a massive Reddit thread that was posted back in 2021 of someone who not really defended Jaden, but made a big, long Reddit thread talking about the misconceptions, which I will leave in a link in the description because I think it is very insightful and super helpful to looking at him as a creative directive manager of Luna and like a lot of the misconceptions regarding him. Because of his quote-unquote shady past with Luna, a lot of people are worried about the direction he's going to take tripleS, potentially what is the future of the group, what's going to happen with them. The thing is that tripleS has kind of carved out this interesting niche within the K-pop community. They work a lot with R&B sounds, and a lot of their music does have a slight Luna tinge to it, but it's not like really Luna music. But their 2 main drops that they've had so far with Generation and with Rising have both been some of the, in my opinion, best drops of last year and now this year respectively, and I think that the creative direction behind the music of the group is definitely very solid. I will say though, every song that they come out with cannot sound like Generation and Rising, which both sound very similar to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I like how the songs sound, but they do have very glaring similarities between the fact that both songs literally don't have a defined final bridge to them. They're both incredibly short, like way, way, way too short. I don't think tripleS is Luna 2.0 like a lot of people are saying they are. I think they have some really large similarities, obviously, by the way they're promoted and how they're being revealed over time and stuff is very similar, but I don't necessarily think that their musical direction is going to be the exact same, while I do think it takes some creative liberties from it. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm not super invested with the group yet. I'm not super invested with a lot of the members, simply because they haven't all been revealed. I'm not the largest fan of their music. I saw a lot of people saying like Rising was like the second coming of K-pop Jesus, and I was like, this song is good, but it's not like fantastic. I wouldn't even say it's like the best song to come out this month. I also do think a lot of people calling them Luna 2.0 does take a little bit away from tripleS as a group, because a lot of people are just going to see them as, oh, they're the new Luna, the same person leading the creative, direction behind this group is the same person who did it for Luna, so they're just going to be the new Luna 2.0. And I think a lot of like Luna fans, Orbits, who like label tripleS as this new Luna and stuff, I just feel like it takes a lot away from the group and their identity. A nice comparison that I thought of to this is the fact that, there's the NFL, right? The National Football League. It has its rules, it has its players, its system, how it works. And then there's a new league called the XFL, which actually existed back in 2020, and it kind of got discontinued because of COVID, kind of killed the startup company behind it. Both the leagues are the same sport, but the XFL is slightly different from the NFL in the way it approaches its rules and its system, which I personally think is much better than the NFL, but that's just me. But the thing is, you don't hear NFL fans calling XFL the NFL 2.0, right? Like, they're the same sport that do slightly different things. And tripleS is the same concept as Luna, but they do it slightly differently. I think calling tripleS Luna 2.0 is robbing them of any sort of identity that they have, and I think that over time, this is going to die out. I think less people will label tripleS as Luna 2.0 and saying they have Luna music, but I think it's going to take a while because a lot of fans, especially with Luna in the situation they're in right now, from Luna fans and Orbits, I see some fans kind of mad at, tripleS essentially. I see them saying they're copying Luna's concept and stuff. I don't really think that's true. I do see a majority of the Orbit fandom showing support for tripleS and their endeavors. tripleS have a really solid collection of fans right now, and I think a lot of people are slowly starting to hop on board with them. And because of this, in a year or two from now, I could easily see them blowing up and becoming a relatively large girl group. But I think a lot of people have to be sold on the concept first, and I think with what happened to Luna over the long run has led to some people being hesitant with tripleS. For me, I'm going to be watching from the sideline with a speculative point of view. I'm not someone who hates Jaden, but I am someone who is a bit cautious of the concept that they are going for. And personally, a lot of their music hasn't really spoken to me. Again, Generation, Rising, Beam, very good, but that's like a 50% hit rate so far. So I'm someone who is just going to watch from afar, see what happens to them, support them from afar, and that's basically it. I think they definitely have the potential there to be a really massive girl group in the scene, but I think they're going to have to convince people to jump on that train because a lot of people are just waiting at the station right now, seeing what's going to happen with them. And I think there's the potential, but there's also the potential that this group could completely flop and nothing comes from it. So we're going to have to see. I think the difference maker for that is if they pump out really high quality music. And so far, they've done a good job at establishing themselves and pumping out pretty good music. Tell me what you guys think about them. This was a relatively quick video, but yeah, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.